Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the respected teachers. Let me brief introduce myself. My name is Saurabh Tiwari, and I'm delighted to be here today to talk about our minor project, fingerprint door lock system using Arduino. My presentation is divided into 5 parts. First, I will start with the introduction. Then we move on to working and the block diagram of the project. After that, Avinash will talk about the Arduino UNO. Then next, Mohit will tell you about the fingerprint sensor, and after that, Deepak will talk about the solenoid lock and a 12-volt battery. And finally, Sanjeet will tell you about the disadvantages and advantages of our project. Let me start with the introduction. Fingerprint door unlock is a type of control access system which control the opening and the closing of the door. It is a system that's implemented on the building to keep the people and assets in the building to be safe from the outsiders. The system is usually used during the activity of the people entering and exiting the building. The door access system helps to distinguish unauthorized and authorized person, as in a system only allows the authorized person to enter the building. This simple fingerprint door unlock project using Arduino can be very useful for door security, crime investigation, personal identification, attendance system, and much more. In the future, there could be many more applications like fingerprint based driving license, bank account, operation, and so on. The whole system works under a simple algorithm called matching algorithm, which is used to compare the previously stored templates of a fingerprints against user's fingerprint for authorization purpose. The keys is normally used for traditional door opening, but it provides very low security. In this fingerprint door unlock project, only when an authorized person places a finger on a sensor, the door unlock and the LCD display welcome message along with the person name. Working of the project. Working of the project is very simple. Step 1. First, fingerprint sensor scan the user finger. Step 2. System will identify the fingerprint and search any match ID. Step 3. Allow authorized user to enter the door or denied unauthorized person to enter the door. Block diagram. Here you see the block diagram. First is fingerprint sensor which connected to the Arduino board, and the second is the solenoid lock which also connected to the Arduino board, and all the components connected to the 12-volt battery source. And this is the block diagram of our project. So now Avinash will talk about the Arduino UNO board. So Avinash, now the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. So now let's move on to the first important component of this project, that is Arduino UNO. So Arduino is basically your based on single microcontroller board. It is generally used whenever there is an interaction between input and output command, or we can say it is generally used to control the output with respect to input command. The programming uses wiring, which is an integrated development environment, and a single based microcontroller. The language can be expanded through 3 libraries. Now we will talk about some of the advantages of this Arduino. Inexpensive. It is not rather inexpensive, but as compared to other microcontroller boards, it is rather cheaper. Cross platforms. Arduino can be run on multiple platforms such as Windows, Linux operating system, etc. But in case of microcontroller, it only runs on Windows. And also the programming used in the Arduino is very simple and clear and can be used by beginners and advanced users. Now let's move on to the next slide, and we will talk about the specification of this Arduino. The first is microcontroller chip, as you all can read on your slides. Then we have operating voltage. This operating voltage is basically in volt voltage, that is of 5 volt. Then we have input voltage, which is in between 7 to 20 volts. Then we have digital input output pins, total 14 pins, out of which 6 can produce pulse with modulation. Then we have UART. UART is basically your universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, and it is generally used to communicate between 2 separate nodes using a pair of wire and a common ground. Then we have I2C, inter-integrated circuit. which is generally used for attracting lower speed peripheral ICs to processors and microcontrollers in short distance. Then we have SPPI. SPPI stands for Serial Parallel Peripheral Interface, which is generally used by microcontrollers for communicating with one or more peripheral devices quickly over short distances. Then we have analog input pins, that is 6 DC current per input output pin, which is of 20 milliampere. Sorry. Then we have DC current for 3.3 volt pin, which is of 50 milliampere. Then we have SRAM, EPROM, clock speed of 16 megahertz, and length, width will fix here in this case. Now I would like to invite Mohit, who will carry on this discussion about fingerprint sensor. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mohit. From here, I'll take you forward to this presentation. Here, I'm gonna talk about the most important component of this project, that is fingerprint sensor. So, the first question arises that what is sensor? Sensor is a device which measures or detects a physical property and converts it into electrical signal or quantity. Similarly, a fingerprint scanner is a type of biometric scanner which scans the human fingerprint. Its function is to capture the human fingerprint as in figure. There are two types of fingerprint scanner, which are optical and capacitive fingerprint scanner. The differences between these two types of fingerprint is that the optical fingerprint and capacitive fingerprint scanner captures minutiae by light and current respectively. In this project, the optical scanner is used because it is less accessible to electrostatic discharge compared to capacitive fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is frequently implemented in control access system. The reason being is because every human have different fingerprint minutiae, which helps in identifying the true data of a person accurately. In the case of door lock system, the person who wishes to enter the building needs to scan their fingerprint to be based on figure. In this project, the Adafruit fingerprint scanner used can cater up to 162 fingerprints. The stored fingerprints are stored in the onboard flash memory, has the size of 512 bytes. The fingerprint scanner process flow is shown in the figure. So let's come on fingerprint scanner process flow steps. So first step is scan and enrollment. In this, the user places finger onto the scanner. The second step is sensing by sensor. In this, the fingerprint sensor provides light to fingers surface and captures the minutiae by using a charge coupled device CCD with an 8 bits per dot with a resolution of 500 dpi in grayscale. So the third step is sorting by a processor. The captured minutiae, which has been converted to digital signal, is stored in the local database. And the fourth step is comparing by software. In this, the every fingerprint scanning event will capture a new human's minutiae. This new minutiae will be compared to the ones stored in the database to be identified whether the person is authorized or non-authorized. If the person get authorized, the door lock system opens and the person is allowed to enter into the room. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so now let's move on next important component of this project, that is solenoid lock. The solenoid lock denotes a latch-up for electrical locking and unlocking. It is available in locking and unlocking in the power on mode. Means when a power is applied, DC create a magnetic field that moves the sludge inside and keeps the door unlocked position, which can be used selectively for situation. A door with this type is locked and not open in case of power failure. The keeping perform two operations, locking and unlocking, by applying positive and negative voltage pulses to solenoid and keep power on in each position. This type of feature energy saving because it is necessary to always power on solenoid for the continuous rating and intermittent rating. The continuous rating is designed to able to feed a rated voltage power continuously for hour without exceeding a specified temperature limit. And intermediate rating is designed to be able to feed a specified voltage only for a specified time duration without exceeding specified temperature limit. Solenoid lock designed for basic cabinet, safe and door. Now I would like to invite Sanjeet, who will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of biometric lock.
The last component of this project is battery. In this project we are using a 12-volt battery and the specifications is mentioned as its model is BP53. It is a rechargeable battery pack. The battery provides an output of 12 volt. The battery has a capacity of 2000 mAh. The battery has various brand options like Sevon, Neutral and customized brand. Its compatible models are Top 5300, Top 3300, Top infusion pumps 2200, Top syringe pumps 2200 and many more. This battery possesses various characteristics like overcurrent protection, overcharge protection, over discharge protection and high temperature protection. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. As my friends have already discussed about the fingerprint door lock system, I would like to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the same. Biometric door locks, as you can probably tell from their name, are technologically advanced locks that make use of fingerprint scanner to take a biometric readings from you in a biometric door locks carry a unique set of advantages and disadvantages with them. Understanding what using a biometric door lock can offer, your home can help you determine if they are the right fit for your security needs. Advantages of biometric door locks. Pick proof. One of the key advantages of biometric door locks is the fact that they cannot be picked, as they do not make use of a key. This greatly increases the security of your home, and the very fact that they will have to break down the door or otherwise find a way into your home means that they will likely move on an easier house. Convenience. Though it does not benefit your home security directly, having the added convenience of never having to worry about remembering about your keys means that you will always have the access to your home as long as you still have your fingerprints. This is a great feature especially for elderly or forgetful homeowners. Disadvantages of the same. Electricity. The fact that biometric door lock requires an electrical current to operate means that for some models you may be locked out of your house if there is an electrical problem or a blackout. While this can be somewhat offset by purchasing a biometric door lock that comes with backup battery power, it is still something to keep in mind, especially if you live in a rural area with frequent power outages. Expense. The main reason why most homeowners do not have fingerprint locks and instead opt for the most traditional pin and tumbler varieties because fingerprints lock represents a larger initial investment, which makes them a poor choice for those under a budget. Further, the cost of repairing or replacing fingerprint lock is much more expensive, and they make use of electricity, which means that their long run costs are higher over time as well. While it can be said that the risk of theft and burglary, which is much more expensive, you should still keep your budget under consideration. For more information or assistance, contact a local locksmith. Thank you very much.